Are you a parent who's been terrorized by your toddler? Stick around. So I was having this conversation with my best friend about parenting. She has a son. He's about to be 3. My daughter's about to be 4. And I was telling her, I was just like, first of all, parenting really tests every single thing you have. Of course, you guys know I'm a yoga teacher. I'm all about meditation and calm, deep breaths. I've taught my daughter how to do that, how to do it. She loves yoga. She takes deep breaths, but also she has a voice that she loves to use. She has an opinion that she'll definitely tell you about. I'm raising her to be, the badass woman that I know her to be, because her mama is the same thing. But at the same time, with teaching these kids to be smart, emotionally intelligent, secure adults, there's just a lot that has to happen. And kids are all about setting their own boundaries and discovering their own boundaries. But I was saying to her, I was like, there's so many labels when it comes to parenting. Why can't we just be good parents? Why can't we just want to be better parents than the parents that we had, or than that our parents gave us, even if they were good parents? Why can't we just be good, better parents trying to raise good and better kids? And so, everyone's talking about gentle parenting. Everyone's talking about conscious parenting. And I think there are principles within those things that have a pretty good place. Like gentle parenting, I think, teaches us how to, 1, really tap into that patience muscle, but also 2, I think it teaches us different ways to redirect our child's attention, so that way, we can alleviate some tantrums. We can help them to listen to us, so we can discipline them in a way that isn't abuse. Even, sometimes you kind of want to smack your kid. Don't act like you don't. You want to trip them up a little bit, if they do something and you told them they're not supposed to do it and they do it anyway, and then they learn the consequences of it, don't lie. Don't lie. There is a piece of you internally that secretly laughs because I told you not to do that, didn't I? And you did it anyway. So what did you learn? What did you learn? But as far as parenting is concerned, what I like about conscious parenting is that I think there is an amazing amount of self-awareness that goes into it for you to be a better parent than your parent was. So and then I heard unicorn parenting, and there are just so many terms for what parenting is. But at the end of the day, we all just want to be good parents. We all just want to raise good kids. We all just want our kids to have a childhood that they don't have to grow up and find a therapist for it. Am I right? So for me, when it comes to parenting, I think I'm getting to a point where I want to unlabel my parenting. I want to gather as much information and utilize as many methods and techniques and, things that I know in my own life that helps me to cope and to deal and to move on and to grow, and teach these things to my child, but also really hone in and using these things as a parent. I think when we step back and we ask ourselves, what kind of parent do we want? What kind of experience do I want to create for my child? I think that is the guiding principle as to what kind of parent we want to be or how we want to parent our kids. So I think if you're struggling to decide on what kind of parent you want to be, unlabel your parenting. You do not have to parent the way society tells you that you have to parent. You do not have to parent because somebody's motherhood parent influencer said that you need to parent this way. That ain't their child. Their child is not your child. So you need to do the best that you can for your kids. So let me say this, don't feel bad because someone in your circle parents one way and you decide that just doesn't work for you or your child or your household. You're doing the best that you can. Your child is thriving. They're alive. They eating all the food in the house. They're playing. They're running around. They're making friends. They're learning and they're discovering and they're just exploring. And if you have the willingness to help them to nurture that and to grow that, so when they become adults, they still have the need to want to explore and to discover and to do great things for themselves, I think that means you've done a great job for you and for your child and for their childhood and for them as an overall being. So I'm here to tell you, if you're struggling with parent because it's been a day, because it was a day for me today, but if it's been a day for you, or a week or a year. Terrible twos, wasn't that terrible, but oh, the threes. You know, if it's been some time for you and you're like, am I even doing this thing right? Yes, you are, and I'm here to tell you you're doing a wonderful job. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not. Your child is thriving, your family is thriving, and you're thriving. And even though it can get hard sometimes, you're doing the best that you can, mom and dad. You're doing the best that you can, guardian. You are doing the best that you can, and honestly, that's all our kids can hope for from us. So I bid you farewell from the motherhood, from the hood of mothers, from the parenthood, the hood of parents, and I wish you well, and I hope that, you know, if you are going through a day, take a little deep breath, step away, go color if you need to, go watch Bluey if you need to, come back and try again. All right, love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, and please share in the comments. What's your parenting style like? What you like about being a parent? Talk to me.